All right, the Ukraine drone bombs Russian Navy boats. Dramatic images of explosion from the Black Sea. The Ukraine drone has destroyed Russia's armored boats. Big Ukraine hit after Moscowva sinking. That's the latest. It's big news coming in on the 68th day of Russian invasion of Ukraine. Dramatic images of explosion coming in from the Black Sea. It seems Ukraine dealing a heavy hand where Russia is concerned. The Ukraine drones have bombed the Russian naval boats. How many of them? It seems to be right now one. These dramatic images of explosion from the Black Sea have emerged. The Ukraine drone destroyed Russia's armored boats. Big hit, especially after Moscowva's sinking. What would be the retaliation to it? We're going to cut across to my colleague Rajesh Pawar, who's joining us for more. Rajesh, what more can you add to this news break?
See, the drones which have been supplied to Ukraine, they are very effective. They're state-of-art, latest technology which has been given to Ukraine, the switchblades and other drones, and they have also been given a lot of anti-ship missiles. So probably it was one of these latest weapons which have been supplied by America or from the NATO countries which have been used here. Over to you.
How much significant is it, Rajesh Pawar, when you look at it, with what had gone down just about a month ago with the sinking of the Moscowva?
This is certainly a very big development, that Ukrainian Navy, which was almost decimated in the first week of war itself, and there was a naval blockade all around the coast of Ukraine in the first week itself, which has been very effective. And after the sinking of Moscowva, this is a really big development in this war, and this signifies that this signals that probably this war is going to escalate on all fronts, in air, in the sea, and on the land.
All right, so this war will escalate in terms of we did see what the reactions were after the sinking of the Moscowva, which was not just a physical blow in terms of boots on ground, but also a huge blow where perception of Russia was concerned.
Very true. This Moscowva ship was the flagship of Russian Navy in the Black Sea, and it has 3 layers of air defense. And if those 3 levels of air defense were penetrated and this ship was sunk, it was a huge blow to the military reputation of Russia. And now this attack coming up also is very significant, because this shows that Russian Navy, which was at ease in Black Sea, thinking that there is no Ukrainian response in the sea, will now be on the alert, and they'll be expecting more attacks from the Ukrainian forces in the coming days. Over to you.
What are we picking up, Rajesh? Is it just one particular vessel, or there are more?
See, right now, I don't have any definite information on this, but I believe a lot of anti-ship missiles have been provided to Ukraine in last 2 to 3 weeks. And probably one of these missiles, which was supplied by Britain specifically, have been used in this attack. And it's difficult to say right now. I have no information on this as such right now, how many vessels have been destroyed.
All right, we're going to wait for that information to filter in. But Rajesh, to look at it at a very subjective level, it does seem that, Ukraine, especially with the kind of weaponry and its arsenal in terms of American weaponry, European arsenal, is actually weighing down quite heavy where Russia is concerned.
Very true. See, the course of war has changed in last 1 month. Ever since America and some of the NATO countries decided to give the latest military equipment to Ukraine, state-of-art equipment and heavy equipment to Ukraine, the course of war has changed. And probably it was one of the reasons why Russians, after staying on the outskirts of Kyiv for almost 3 weeks, were forced to leave the Kyiv as well as all of North Ukraine. And that was a big change in the course of this war. And as the days come, we will see the things will change further, because more equipment is arriving every day in Ukraine now.
How do you see, this course go from here on? Because yes, you said it's been a month that possibly the fulcrum has shifted with the latest weaponry and arsenal being given by America and NATO forces. So how do you see things going on? Is this going to be a long stranded war between the two countries? Or do you see Russia maybe for now receding and then coming back stronger in days to come?
See, as far as Russia receding is not likely, because the areas which are under Russian control right now, what appears that they are planning to do some kind of referendum in Kherson, and all internet services in that city has been cut off for last 48 hours now. So it is, and they are forced to use now ruble instead of Ukrainian hryvnia as the currency. So it appears that Russia intends to keep all these occupied areas under their control and probably want to make them a part of Russia itself. As far as continuation of the war is concerned, see, it does not look likely that this conflict will end anytime soon. There was a meeting in Germany of America with 40 countries which have decided to provide military equipment to Ukraine, and they have decided to meet now every month. It will be a monthly affair, which gives a signal that probably this war will continue for months, if not longer. Over to you.
All right, that the war will continue for months. Rajesh, I'll ask you one quick question. You know, that seems to suggest that this is going to be a long-drawn war. Now, we also are getting an indication that possibly, like we suggested, that, the course of this war, after the flush of weaponry from, NATO, from America, from Europe, now it seems, maybe not the upper hand, but Ukraine is giving a befitting response. Will we see Ukraine now push for territories that have been occupied?
Undoubtedly, I mean, Ukrainian forces are fighting back and they have made gains in certain areas. And as I said, this flush of weaponry you're talking about forced Russia to vacate whole of North Ukraine and areas around Kyiv. In the coming days, we will see probably attacks even on Russian territory. If you remember, it was the foreign minister of Britain who said that Ukraine is free to use heavy weapons provided by Britain to attack Russian territories. So we might see in coming days Ukraine even attacking areas inside Russia. Over to you.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Rajesh. We're going to come back to you. Well, the latest is dramatic images of an explosion from the Black Sea. And these are drones that have attacked the Russian naval fleet. How many vessels have actually come under attack? We are waiting for more information to filter in. Meanwhile, this is an exclusive India Today report from the forward base of Ukrainian military, which is now in ruins. As Russia intensifies its assault, Russian forces making advances in the region, but Ukraine holding on to positions even in Donbass.